Yo, yo, yo. It is Tuesday. What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic week so far. We are having a fantastic week so far. Banger of an update for Etch just dropped. This Friday, we have Etch Dev Hours live. We will be going over all of the new things. We will be, something important, critical milestone is being hit this week. And all of that will be discussed on Friday. Very, very exciting stuff happening. Today, what we're going to do on this stream is something I don't normally do, which is look at e-commerce. We're going to be looking at Woo. We're going to be maybe dabbling in a little shirt cart. I don't really know yet. I think primary focus is going to be on Woo. We'll take Q&A. We'll look at some stuff as we go. Now, let's get some LFGs in the chat. Right on time. I'm itching to start etching my Woocommerces, and this drops. Yes. So, let's set this up properly. Let's make sure that we all understand the context of what we're going to be looking at today and doing today. Because there are going to be people that come in midstream. I'm probably going to need your help in the chat a little bit, honestly, today. Because there's going to be people that come in midstream, and they're going to be a little bit confused. They're going to say, hey, it would be nice if we could have a better WooCommerce experience or something. Where are the widgets? Where are the this? Where's the that? The purpose of this live stream is very simple. And I just want to make this as clear as it can possibly get. You can go through the change logs, go through every Etch change log up to this point. There is not a single entry that says anything about WooCommerce. Not a single entry that says anything. We have done no work to make Etch work with WooCommerce. Zero, zilch, nada. So what are we doing on this live stream? Well, Etch architecture is a certain way. It integrates with the block editor. It can pass through blocks. It has code access. And so the idea here is when we have done no work, can you install WooCommerce? Can you get what appears to be a shop up online? And two, can you actually make a functional shop? Can they still add stuff to cart? Can they still check out? Even though we've done no work, because the architecture is the way that it is, because of not just block authoring, but pass-through block functionality, can it still work? Can it just work? Can it just work? And that's what we're going to look at today. Now, of course, we will be putting a lot of effort and attention into WooCommerce, of course. And the idea there would be to make things like even way faster, way easier, way simpler. Okay. But the idea of today's live stream is having done zero work. What does it look like? What can it work? Can it function? And what does the process look like for those who want to get started doing e-commerce in Etch? Okay. Let's check out the chat. I'm already here mid intro. What are we talking about? Chat. Okay. Yeah, this one's gonna wait a while. I think. I don't think our team is gonna spend too much time on the back to top component. But I will release one for you. I will release one for all the back to toppers out there. I will release it's just a plug and play, copy paste component. It'll get the job done. Okay. Hey, look, Carl, these are coming, my man. They literally, if you can see the Discord, there's some messages going back and forth. There's some mock-ups. It's coming. Don't worry. It's coming. It's going to be sooner than you think, maybe. Okay. All right. I think we are ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and share screen. I also, I guess, should preface this stream with, I am not an e-commerce guy. I am not your WooCommerce neighborhood expert, okay? When I had my agency, I purposefully avoided e-commerce. We did service-based businesses. We did not do e-commerce intentionally. So this is good though in a lot of ways, because as I walk through, like if I can do it, if I can make it happen, you can make it happen, because I am not a WooCommerce expert. I am not an e-commerce expert. I'm just fumbling my way through, the Woo setup wizard, essentially. But I'm going to do all this from scratch. So we are going to create a blank website. We're going to go from blueprint, which is going to be our Etch blueprint. And we're going to call this Woo Store, okay? I did create one the other day, a demo shop that this was literally my first attempt at it. And people said, well, I want to see the process. And how did you get to that point, right? So that's exactly what the purpose of this live stream is just to kind of walk through it and show you, hey, if you want to get started with this stuff, this is kind of the process that you would go through. So here's our one-click login. I know the username, the password, it's there. Don't fuck with me, okay? Look, we're on a stream. Just let us do the stream. We don't have to reset the credentials. Just be a good person. Be a good person, okay? All right, we're gonna go in, and let's just look at our stack. What's our stack here? What are we gonna do this with? I've got ACF, I've got ACSS, I've got Etch. I don't even need this anymore. You don't even need that anymore. We can do fonts. We can do custom fonts directly from Etch now. It's fantastic. Okay, so these are the three things that we're gonna rock and roll with. There's no infrastructure set up here on this blueprint in terms of e-commerce. We are literally starting from scratch. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I guess, well, we need EDC knife. I wanted to have like I did this the other day. What was the site that I went to? I don't know. I wanted like here, I've got it on the demo. I wanted just a site to copy, because I don't want to have to think about, products and images and names and all that stuff. Let's go to the Etch demo shop. Let's see what I did. And we'll grab, because I think if I do the name of the knife, okay, the Folsom knife, okay. So let's go to the Folsom knife. There we go. The James brand. I don't know if these are good. I don't know what's going on here. I just was grabbing something to get going. Okay. So we'll use this. We'll pin this. This is going to be we're going to steal our content from here. We can close that. All right. So we have nothing. That's what we have. We have absolutely nothing. Well, the first thing I want is a header and a footer, and I would rather not build those. So I'm going to go to patterns.etchwp.com. I'm going to go to layouts, and I am going to go to headers, and I am going to grab header alpha right here. We'll go into Etch on our Woo store. We'll go to templates. We'll go to index. We'll paste our header. Of course, I've got to give permissions. Okay, we're gonna put our header there. I would like my structure panel to be at the top, by the way. And we've got a header. Fantastic, we've got a header. Okay, let's go get a footer. So I'm gonna go back and I am going to grab, see what kind of footer we want here. Let's go with footer Mikey. Footer Mikey. All right, so we'll paste that in. Make sure that it is not inside of our main. We want a sandwich. We want a header and footer. Those are the top and bottom pieces. We want main to be the sandwich, and inside of that, of course, is our post content. So with that done, I have now a header that you can see up here, and I have a footer that you can see down here. That's all fantastic. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this nav component, and we are going to just choose basic nav. And then if I refresh on the front end, I don't know that I have basic nav or what's going. Oh, you know what? We may want to go ACSS color scheme, light, dark, light only. Auto scheme is off, all that good stuff. And okay, let's check. Let's check and see what's going on with our little navy here. Okay, there's our logo is all good. Button, Etch, okay, justify, that's all good there. Nav, here we go, UL, okay, it's just empty. All right, we'll check that out in a minute. I actually might use the flex. Why don't we use the new flex nav? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go to interactive and use the flex nav. FlexNav, copy code. Okay. We're going to put that in our slot. FlexNav save. Perfect. And we don't need a mega drop down or any of that stuff. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. That'll solve us for now. All right. What I want to do is come in here, edit this component, padding block, 1M, gutter, 1M, all that good stuff. Okay. What is, I feel like there's something funny. There's some funny business going on. Neutral, ultra light. Yeah, there is definitely some funny business going on. Let's see what's up here. I bet, yeah, okay. I think I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aha. Okay. OKLCH does not play nice with 00000 hex code for some reason. We're still looking into that in the OKLCH converter. Okay, palette, primary. I'm gonna choose a different color too. I'm not digging this. Let's go with some purpley kind of situation here. Okay. All right. Fantastic. I want to look at one more thing up here with our nav because there's more funny business going on. Okay, element style. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Header alpha. Header alpha might have a little issue here. Logo size, props, logo size, padding, props.block padding. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see any real issues there. Of course, you can't, none of these things were an issue the other day, right? Only now. Okay, we're gonna try to fix that later. Padding's working down here. I'm gonna kill the header just because it's just gonna bother me. That's all it's gonna do. It's gonna bother me. Okay, let's go back and let's get Woo going. So we're gonna go to plugins. I'm only doing free Woo here. We're not gonna do paid add-ons or any of that stuff. So I'm gonna go to add plugin, Woocommerce. I need the Jeopardy music here, apparently. There we go. Okay, install. Activate. I actually had not seen the WooCommerce setup wizard in probably like 3 years. So this was all like, I got to get the new Woo experience, if that's what this is. So I'm gonna say set up my store. I am just starting my business. We're gonna say best EDC knives. What a brand name. Okay. I don't care. Like, what is this important? Like, what does this do? What does this do? What does this change? When I answer this question, does anybody know? What does this change about my WooCommerce shop? Where's your store located? Well, we'll be in the United States. Let's choose Florida. Okay, and there's our email. No, I don't want to opt in. Okay. Now, I got to this screen the other day, pissed me off immediately. Immediately pissed me off. All of these things are, I believe, services from Automatic. And this is their way of like, hey, why don't you just preload a bunch of Automatics bullshit? I only found that out after the fact. When you opt into one of them, it tries to force you to create a WordPress.com account. Very annoying. Okay, just turn all those things off. We don't need it. All right, we've got Woo. We've got Woo. We are making progress. What is skip? Skip. Okay, somebody said they made a terrific effort in making it much worse. Kudos to them. All right, well, let's get our first product then. Add products, physical product. Product name, perfect. Let's go, we can kill this. We can kill that for now. We can kill that for now. Let's get our tabs under control. We're gonna be doing the Carter. Okay, well, that looks like a different knife. What just happened? I saw one knife, I clicked it, and I see a different knife. All right, let's go to knives. This is gonna be called the Carter. We'll get a couple of these while we're here so we don't waste time. The Barnes. Are these not different knives? What's going on with this? I click it, I see. Let's look at this. Is it just the handle is different? Is that all? What's it doing to me? It's very confusing. All right, I think it's just the handle. Maybe it's like a different customization. I don't know. That's a little confusing though. The Barnes and, oh, Redstone. Oh, this looks like, that one's got some character. The Redstone. Okay, we've got some knives. Let's get a knife in here. The Carter. Product description. This is a description of the Carter. There's a short description box down here. This is a short description of the Carter. We just need some, you know, just some content. That's it. Just get some content in here. Set a product image. Okay, let's go here. Let's go to downloads. Let's go to knives. Let's get these in here. We've got the Carter is this one. Set product image. We also want to go alt text. The Carter. Okay, set the product image. Okay, we've got categories. I don't think we need to worry about categories quite yet. We might explore that. Let's just publish. Can we just get a product in the store? Get the product in the store. Okay, so we're gonna go to our front end. We don't have anything yet, obviously, okay? Let's see if we can bring in a nice hero here from patterns. So we'll go to layouts and we'll go to patterns, see if one of these can behave. Headers, footers, features. You know what? Oh, there we go. I can't read. All right, there's Fizzy, there's Zelda, there's Quebec, there's let's go Juliet. Let's go Juliet. And this will be kind of dumb because I'm gonna put like the same 3 knives that are actually the product cards in the hero. But you could imagine it. Well, actually, no, maybe we'll make it a little better. Maybe I'll just go to Unsplash and I'll look up some cool knife photos or something. Yeah, let's give it a little character, okay? So we'll go into edit with Etch here. We can remove that section and here is hero Juliet. Okay, so now we'll go to Unsplash. We'll go to knife, pocket knife dark. Okay, there we go. That's all I wanted. Just give me some photos with some character here, you know? Okay, yeah, let's grab this one. That's one, okay? We'll say B-roll. This is like our B-roll photos here. Okay, there's 1. That looks good. Let's go 2. Okay, let's get 1 more. We just need 1. Well, there's not many to choose from, is there? Knife dark. Oh, okay. Damn, that's a little combative. Okay, that's whatever. Chef knives. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's like a more of an EDC type one, right? Okay. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Let's go. Let's just throw in these. So, oh, you know what we need to do? We need to squash. Let's squash. All right. So let's pull this up. B-roll, grab, squashing, 26, 14, 40, choose location, downloads, knives, B-roll. B-roll. Why can't that be the location? Why can't that be? Let's choose. Shirley, knives, B-roll, choose. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate the help and support. Okay, let's go in. Downloads, knives, B-roll. Oh, fuck. Didn't put it in. Thank you. Thanks for nothing. Squashed. Okay. All right. So use that media, and use this media. Fantastic. Look at us go. Look at us go. Okay. So we need to steal their copy. Close this now. So we want to go back to their website here. Okay. Modern, minimal, everyday carry. Let's put that in our section heading. Okay. EDC knives. Custom EDC knives. How about that? Okay, let's go back. Let's steal their little lead paragraph here. Don't tell them now, okay? Don't tell them. I don't want to catch a lawsuit. All right, and we could just say, let's show we don't want to show the secondary CTA. The primary CTA can be shop now. Primary CTA URL shop. I'll go ahead and edit this, and we'll take that section intro. I want these buttons here, CTA. This can be an actual button primary. And let's go back. Great. So we've got a little, let's go. Let's just check. Let's see how we're doing on the front end here. Okay. There's something, this install is hating components. Absolutely hating components. And I wonder why. Section intro. Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's do this. I'm going to investigate this here. I wonder if this is this new? Is this what's actually going on here? Section intro add. So I only have one. I wonder if I have, because it's definitely showing in the builder. Oh, that's very interesting. All right, let's take a look at what's going on here. Section intro data style left. Okay, well, hold on. Literally, oh, okay, there we go. There we go. I see it. Section heading. I think this might be new. I think this might actually be new. Okay, let's save. Give it some data. Nope. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do a quick test here. Let's go container. Let's go intro. Say new intro. Let's go heading text. My intro. This is my intro. Move that up, save, refresh. There's my intro. That's perfect. Okay, now what if I make it a component? So this is, I'm just debugging. Is this a problem with the copy paste version, or is this a problem altogether? Heading and lead, map, save, exit, save, refresh. Works. Fantastic. New heading, new lead, save. Works. Must be something with the copy pasteable heading. Okay. So let's put this back. Modern, minimal, everyday carry. Okay. And steal the lead. Okay. Bam. Okay. We'll just rock and roll with that. Let's go intro. We're going to make this a H1. All right. Fantastic. Okay. So we've got our little hero. Now what we need, first of all, Woocommerce it adds a bunch of stuff when you activate it. If you're unaware. Okay. So if we go back and we look at pages, for example, I'll try to zoom in here. So it added the shop page. I didn't add that. It added refund and returns. I didn't add that. My account, checkout, cart. Okay. Now, if we look at these pages, some of them are template, like driven by a template, and some of them are, I think, just driven by blocks or short codes, something like that. If we go into Etch and we look in the templates area, we should see products, and you notice this was not here before. It's automatically picked up that there's a single product template. It's automatically picked up that there's a product archive template. And if we go to check this out, you'll see that there are pass-through blocks in here. So these are coming from Gutenberg. And if we go, let me go here. This is single product, products archive. If we go to a single product URL, okay? By the way, you can Command K now and go admin and go straight back to WordPress. Very convenient, very convenient. But if I go to products and I go to the carter, you're gonna see that there's essentially, it looks like there's no template applied. And so what we can do is we aren't gonna mess with the pass-through blocks currently. What we're going to do is just give this some site structure. Just put it in a section with a container, and that way it's like workable, usable, okay? So the way that we do that is we launch Etch, we go into the templates, and that was the single product template. So we open that, and we just add a section to the page, and then we just wanna take these template parts that are passing through, which are essentially generating all the single product layout information, all that stuff. And let them continue to pass through, but put them in some semblance of structure. That way, you know, they have a gutter, they have some like spacing and things like that. Okay, and let's save here. Okay, and that also, we're on the, okay, this took me to the product category page. There we go. I don't know how I got on the product category page, but notice now we have block padding. We should have gutter. So if I inspect this on mobile, our stuff should not touch the edge of the screen anymore. It's automatically, for the most part, there's some woo, you know, stuff in here. Like this breadcrumb stuff has to be fixed. But for the most part, we just added some structure. It does all this stuff by default. It's actually kind of annoying, but does anybody know if you can turn that off? Is there a setting to like make it not do this with the images? But like review tabs work. Obviously there's some custom CSS we're gonna wanna put in for spacing and things like that. But we have a functional, you know, can I add it to cart? I mean, it's functional. Like it added it to the cart. I can view the cart. And I can see the cart essentially has the same problem that the single product page had. So what I have to do is I have to figure out, is that coming from a template or is that coming from just a page? And do we have to do something on that page specifically? So I'm gonna edit with Etch, and this took me to the cart right here. And I can see WooCommerce cart. So all I'm gonna do essentially is the exact same thing. I'm gonna add a section and I'm gonna drag that in so it's in the container in the section, and I'm gonna hit save, and I'm gonna go out, and now we have the cart, which actually is here. Now, I don't know why it does this. I don't know why it prints. This must be part of like, this must be part, like WooCommerce is doing this because Etch doesn't do this. And what I would need to know is how do we make it not do this? How do we make it not output this H1? I don't know enough about WooCommerce to know if there's a way to like make it stop doing that. So like if I go here, it's using a template called page cart, which I guess is a page template. So maybe I'll just change the template. I hate this part of WordPress. I despise this part of WordPress. Is there a way to make it only use the index template, for example? Like, can you just use the index template? And I don't know why I wouldn't be able. Look, I can't. It like forces you to choose a page template, but I don't want to make a page template. Okay, let's try to make a page template. So I'm gonna go in here. I'll say single page. Okay, but this is gonna cause so many other problems. It's gonna cause so many other problems. I don't like it. Why is it making me do things I don't like? Okay, let me refresh here. Maybe that new page template I just created is in here somewhere. What is this? What did I just choose? Page checkout. Okay, change template. Single product, order confirmation, product search results, page cart, taxonomy, archive product. It's not even really showing me, one, it's not showing me the template I just created. Let's go to appearance, editor, themes, editor. Where do we want to be? Let's go to editor. Let's go to templates. Okay, archive product coming soon, home, index. This is the one I want to use. I just want to use index, that's it. Order confirmation, page cart, taxonomy, single product, single page. Why can't I use that? Why is that not an option? Search results, page checkout. Okay. Let's go to the checkout and fix that real quick. Because at least I think I know how to do that. Like all these generated pages we can go fix. So we have shop, checkout, we can edit this with Etch. We'll just add a section, drag that in. That should be fixed. And actually, you can also put any content around these that you want. So this can say secure checkout. Let's save. Let's go to the front end. We have a secure checkout, okay? Notice it has all the spacing it's supposed to have. It's it's fairly easy to fix those. But notice that this is the difference that I can't figure out yet. This one doesn't try to print the H1 up here in the corner. This one let me just do my own thing. I don't know why the shop page or the cart page is different. because here it's literally like, it looks the same right here. Template page card. So maybe I can just go edit the, wow, laying on the horn out there. Maybe I can just go edit that template directly, because Etch should have access to all of these templates. So if I see it here, page cart, edit with Etch. Oh, this is different. Okay. You got me, WordPress. Like, you got me. Okay, let's just do this. But I don't even see it. It's not even where was it? Where's the H1 that it's throwing in there? Where's that coming from? Let's put our own H1 in here. And let's make it say cart. Save. Okay. Let's kill this. We don't want to be in multiple instances at the same time. Let's go to the front end. Okay. Oh, come on now. Okay. There we go. There's no good way to get to like the place you want to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I want to go to the cart. View. Yeah, see, it's still trying to, maybe that's that top block, this core template part right here. Let's nix that. Get out of here. That wasn't it. That was not it. Okay. Of course I'm not. Dude, WordPress is fucking trash. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, we just have to fix everything in Etch. WordPress is an absolute trash can. Media, pages, all pages, cart, edit. What's going on here? What's in here? Okay. I probably should have restored the backup, honestly. Let's go in here. Let's see what they got going on. Cart, filled cart, empty cart. Cart, filled cart, empty cart. What the fuck am I looking at? Cart items, cart totals. Do you see anywhere in here that there's a heading? Why are you, this is a violation of the #1 rule of content management systems and page builders. Do not inject content that I cannot see or access or control. Stop it. Stop doing that. It's an absolute travesty. Does anybody see where is that heading coming from? Is this just hard-coded into WordPress that if the URL is cart, we're going to inject a heading? Where is it coming from? I'm going to go to the chat. You need to disable cart title via filters or CSS. Give me a fucking break. Whoever made that decision, fire them immediately. Find out. Whoever on the Woo team it was, fire immediately. Immediately fire them. Immediately. No questions asked. Okay. Yeah. We're going to make this so much better. I mean, this is what we have to do, by the way. Everybody wonders why I'm always ornery on X. It's because this is the life that I'm forced to live. Like, we're creating the best possible products we can create. And in order to do that, I have to see where all the gaps are, and I have to see where all the problems are with these workflows. And every day I have to repeatedly bash my head against a brick wall. And everybody's like, why aren't you super cheery? because this is what you forced me to go through. Like, and they're like, why are you upset with us? Oh, we're just volunteers. We're just, we power 43% of the internet, but we're just volunteers. We're just doing our best, Kevin. We're just doing our best. Okay. You can do it in GB. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe. Let's not worry about the duplicate heading right now, okay? A duplicate heading, it's not a total deal breaker. It's annoying. We can keep moving though. What I want to do, maybe let's build our own product card. How about that? So I'm going to go with another section down here. And you know what? I'm going to take, we'll go margin block end of 0. Let's take unless it's already got, what's going on down here? Okay, so we got content grid. We'll fold that up. Display flex, flex direction, column. Okay, image group. All that's good. Margin inline, translate, minus 50%. Hold on, what? Let's go back to, do you notice like you can't, there's no link to the home. Like you have to have a navigation. Okay, not friendly to sites that are in progress. Let me check this out real quick. Main section, Hero Juliet. Okay. I'm wondering, because I just did this, and it's, okay, I guess it is listening to me. Okay, and there's the other section below. Okay, fantastic. Alrighty, friends. What this change here is this opens up this now. You can just go section intro and pop it in there. Okay. Oh, there is. All right. So if it has to do, I bet it has to do with this new recalling of the component. So if Andrea's watching or whatever, that's definitely a new bug. Okay. Let's go ahead and say heading. This is going to be our, let's say featured products, something like that. Okay. Let's go container and let's go featured products list. And then let's make a card. So we're going to go featured product card. People wanted to know, like, do we have to use Woo blocks or can you make your own? You can make your own. So, and it's not super difficult. We'll add an image here. That's going to be for our featured image. We will add a content wrapper. We will add a heading and text. Okay. So this will be like the product title. This will be the product short description. And then we will make a link. And then this will be for add to cart link. Perfect. And we'll make that say add to cart. Okay. That can be a short code, or we can make our own add to cart button component, which I did. If you use Ajax, it's actually a better experience. WooCommerce uses kind of an outdated, like, we had a whole discussion about this on X. Uses like a URL attribute, essentially, to add things to cart, which forces a page reload, and their short code widget is all sorts of garbage. But I'll show you the short code widget. Just short code, whatever you want to call it, method of doing this. But let's get our featured product card going first. So I'm gonna make sure this says product image. This will be product image wrapper. We got our content wrapper with our product name, product description, add to cart link. Okay, so let's just right click, create BEM classes. Excellent. Let's go with a little bit of padding. Let's do this in the entire feature card, probably. Let me go look at what they've got going on here. Actually, for the image, I don't know that. Yeah, we should probably, now for the whole card, just the content wrapper. Hold on. What an absolute. I think it's Woo is causing these problems. I'm gonna blame this on Woo. Okay, save. All right, featured product list. Let's go content wrapper and go space of, let's go M. Let's go flex column. Let's center. Okay, and let's add a little gap. Okay, perfect. So that'll be good. Let's just throw in a temporary image statically and see what we're looking like. And if we duplicated this a couple times and we put a grid on here, what would that look like? Let's do auto grid 3. Let's save. And let's go to the front end. Okay. I think that's pretty good. These are going to need to be H3s. Okay. Let's get rid of our duplicates for right now. I just wanted to verify that we're actually good to go there. Featured product card. Okay, there's our H3. All right. And what I'm going to do is make this an article. right click, convert this to lists. We can actually have proper list structure here. And then we will duplicate the list item. All right, so now what we're gonna do, I won't do a component right now because with this update from today, there's a little bit of a component recall problem. It's clearly saving them to the database. It's just recalling them funky. So let's loop it, and I'm gonna show you how to loop it and make the dynamic data work at least. Then we should be able to go through the flow of, can I add something to cart? Can I go view my cart? Could I potentially check out if I actually put like a Stripe or something, you know, as far as a payment system goes. Okay, so let's loop first. So we're gonna go to this list item. Big beginner mistake I see is they try to loop their card. Like this featured product card, they throw a loop on there, okay? Not great, because you're looping the card inside of a singular list item. That's not what you wanna do. If you have a list structure, gotta remember, loop the list item. The list item is the direct child of the loop, or of the list. That's the thing that needs to be looped. It needs to duplicate itself. So I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna wrap in loop. Now, I do not have, see, it's trying to loop recent posts. I do not have a products loop yet. So I'm gonna add a loop. We're gonna call this products. And then I'm gonna come up here to the post, right? I don't wanna loop through posts. I wanna loop through products. And I think by default, WordPress does everything singular, even though I hate it. Like, of course they would, you know, of course they would. Because it doesn't make sense. Like the opposite of what you think should be happening, you know, that's the reality in WordPress. Okay, so we'll just leave that at that. I'll go -1, so we get all of our products. And you can see right now we of course only have one product, okay? But when you get preview data over here, and that preview data is what you expect based on your loop parameter, you're in a really good situation. Good things are happening. Okay, if you don't see data over here, gotta look over here. Something's going south over here. Okay, so essentially this is looping, but we only have one product, but that's okay. We can see if we can get our dynamic data in. So this is going to be item.title, okay? And we need to make sure that once we configure our loop, we come down here and choose it. So now I've got the carter, okay? And you can see I'm looping through products over here in the loop panel. Now I don't know off the top of my head, I know post title, that's easy, right? I don't know what the product short description key is off the top of my head. But here's what's beautiful about loop JSON preview, right? I can see all of the data that WordPress is trying to return for this query. And I can go in and I can find the exact key that I need, and that gives me the access to it, okay? So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna see there's an excerpt, okay? And by the way, I wanna be on products when I'm doing this. So let's go down. We've got excerpt, which actually is outputting. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a short description. That's why I named it that way. So when I looked at the data, I'd be able to identify which data is coming from which field. But I don't know that excerpt is the appropriate thing to use. I think short description is its own key somewhere. So you have your post content up here. You have another excerpt called post excerpt. Let's keep going and see if we can find the specific key that we want. You got all these user capabilities that you can put in. Okay, here we go. Product type. We got product cat. Here's meta. Not in meta. It looks to me like the best way to do this is to just use the excerpt. I guess that's what they want you to use. I don't know why they would create a product short description and then have you use the excerpt or map. But what am I thinking? It's WordPress, so of course it doesn't make sense. Okay, so we're gonna use the excerpt. All right, so I'll zoom out and we will see if this gets us to where we wanna go. So I'm gonna say, if I can write properly. All right, let's do this down here. Thank you. Item.excerpt. Now, I will also show you one other little shortcut here. If you do item dot, it will output. Now, in this case, we need to contain it so it doesn't overflow. But for a lot of just quick access to data, if you just do item dot and nothing, it will just show you the whole JSON preview right there as you're working. But if you're in something that'll overflow, it'll overflow. So, the handiness of that, that's up to you. Let's go button primary on this add to cart. Bam, just like that. Even though I'm gonna replace this in a minute with a short code. Okay, and let's see. So we've got the carter, short description of the carter, add to cart. Now the real test here is if I go and add more products. Okay, let's make sure we're saved. Let's do Command K, admin, back to WordPress. Gets us right back to WordPress. Let's go to products, add new product, and let's add another one. So we're gonna add, that's the carter, the barns. Okay, so this is gonna be the barns. And oh, we need to do our featured image too, most likely. This is a description of the barns. And then I'm gonna come down here and say this is a short description of the barns. We will drop in a price, $149. We've got an image. Let's just go ahead and publish. So there you go. We've got the barns, we've got the carter. Now clearly we need to get our featured image situation going. So we'll go ahead and edit this in Etch. Come down. This is going to be item.image.id. Item.image.id. Let's save that. Okay. Let's go to the front end. Okay, we've got our knife coming in. Now let's check and see. We pulled that in via the ID. So it should bring in source set. It should bring in your alt tag. There's your alt, the carter. Okay, and it's bringing in all of the source set information. So all of that is working really well. This is a product card that I could now turn into a component and use this all over the place if my component recall was functioning. Okay, so next thing is what happens when I add it to cart? Nothing. Now I tried to do this the other day and the short code, I had a problem when I was trying to use the short code in loops. So what I did, I went to Woocommerce. I don't know if it's designed to be able to do this. Let's go Woocommerce, add to cart shortcodes. Okay, here. Oh, geez, this is a Hostinger article. Is that an ad? Savage. Running ads against WooCommerce shortcode searches. Absolutely savage. Okay. Shortcodes included. There we go. Add to cart ID equals 99. Okay. So let's see if I were to just replace this. Now I don't know what we're going to do this statically first. So no matter what you click, it adds, the same product to the cart. But it's at least going to get us somewhere. So this would be the carter we want to add, which is, so they know I need the product ID, but they're like, nah, let's just hide that away. So I guess, oh, there it goes. It's when you hover it. Okay. ID 233. So we're going to be adding 233 to the cart. 233, save. Let's take a trip to the front end. Of course, no button. Now let's add it outside of a loop. What if I added it right below my heading or something? Okay, so like just throw a short code in here. What happens? Okay, also nothing. All right, let's see. Now this actually short coded the other day. It worked just fine. Except somebody did say something about if you want to use this outside of a shop page, you got to do something special to it, or you got to put a hook in or something. Does anybody know about this? I need to phone a friend. This is some sort of WooCommerce quirk that you can only use these on like what, official dynamic pages or something. So what if I went to, but I thought it worked on my other site. Cart, checkout, home, my account, shop. What's our shop page look like again? Okay. Well, it's got one here in their own little card. Does anybody, I think you have curly quotes, might affect it. Oh, okay. All right, let's check that. That makes sense. Let's close a lot of these. Let's go edit. Let's go take a look. So Short, yeah. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, save. View on the front end. No. Good try. Good try. All right, let's go up here. Let's see if this one also did. Because there is the inside of a loop versus outside of a loop situation was getting to me the other day. Oh, now it's in both places. Maybe I sit and wait on it to save. Let's go take it away from up there and save. There we go. All right, so now the question would be, can I pass the product ID in dynamically? That will be our next thing to check. It is converting these quotes. That's interesting. Does that function? Add to cart. Added at view cart. It appears it is functioning. So I've got 2 of the cart. Let's remove this completely. Cart is empty. Okay, let's go back. Got an empty cart. Let's refresh. Let's add the barns. Well, it doesn't matter because this is not dynamic yet. So it's going to add the carter either way. View cart. Okay, we're functioning. We're functioning. So now it's a matter of, can I pass the item.id into this button? Oh, that's going to be the oh, that's item.title. Duh. Okay, item.id. It does, I mean, at least the preview suggests that it is. I mean, it's working with terms of the amount. Can I get a Barnes in there? Can we get a Barnes? We got a Barnes. Can I go back? Can I get a Carter? Oh, I can buy all the knives today. I can buy all the knives today. Okay. Now, I got 2 knives in my cart. I like these. I'm sorry, guys. I've got 2 knives in my cart. I'm going to proceed to the checkout. Wow, look at me go. I've got a little order summary here. $248 if I popped in a I mean, I could check out here. I could check out. I mean, we worked our way there. We did work our way there. So this appears to be a functioning e-commerce experience. Now, this is what I ranted about on X the other day. Again, why is Kevin not cheery after he interacts with products made by Automatic? So, in your life, I'm gonna put you behind the wheel. Right? You're making a add to cart shortcode for the world to use. Now, shortcodes, mind you, are supposed to be functionality based. It's like, let's get the functionality in there. Maybe give them a wrapper where they can add some custom styles, okay? So I want to show you. They put this in a paragraph. They put the amount in a span. Okay, that's fine. They put a link in here. They put some hidden screen reader text, but they've got this inline style. They decided that if you're going to use this shortcode, you really need a 4-pixel solid CCC border and 12 pixels of padding. You just really need that. Which means, by the way, this is an inline style. How do you override that? That's not easy to override. That's like hard-coded, okay? So I went to the documentation and I was like, is there any control over that? Is there a secret, like, don't do inline styles on this? Style. No, let's go. Okay, was there a page for the, hold on. Add to cart, at WooCommerce cart. No, add to cart. Here we go. Add to cart shortcode. So you can add your own inline styles, but you can't clear out the inline styles that are there. So you're essentially forced to style the button with inline styles. This is not fantastic. This is not fantastic. And it's just unnecessary. If that was not happening, I would just be able to start styling this shortcode, okay? I could style it with Etch, I could style it with automatic CSS, whatever I want to do. See, they have add to cart inline right here. So I could go into automatic CSS, I could go in here, I could add my class, background red, okay? Look at that, right? I could start styling. I could even go include button, right? And start to make it look like my primary button. Very easy to do with automatic CSS, but let's take a look. Well, the view cart link, which is a different link, that's a different link, appears in the same button container. I need some medication of some kind. You want to see the best part of this? I realized you can add custom classes, I believe. Class, look at this. You can add additional CSS, guys. Okay, watch this, watch this. We're gonna go, where's our short code here? Okay, let's go in, feature card. I'm gonna name this short code so it's easy to find, okay? And I'm gonna go class equals, all right? And we're gonna say add to cart. We're gonna say button double dash add to cart, okay? So we're gonna use our normal button syntax, and then we're just gonna make our own kind of button, okay? Okay. Yeah, check this out. Okay, I thought, because this is the link to add it to the cart, I thought, well, surely it's gonna add the class to the link. No. Your paragraph is now button add to cart, and this is where the styles go. That's where the inline styles get put. That's where your custom classes get put. You can't touch that link right there. Nor does it get the attributes that it's supposed to be getting. Why? I don't know. Can't. It's unexplainable. It's inexplicable. Every word, I can target the A inside the add to cart. But that's still not fantastic, because they still have this nonsense going on. Okay, so let's try to make this work. We have add to cart inline. Okay, let's go border none. Let's just see. Can I affect it? I mean, I think I already know the answer, but just refresh just in case. Okay, you can't. So you're gonna have to important everything, most likely, if that's even possible. If that's even possible. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Padding 0 important. That's gonna get rid of that. Display flex direction, column, gap, content gap divided by 2. Fantastic. Okay. Now, mind you, WooCommerce, guys, is for beginners. I didn't know if you were told that or not. It is for lay people. It's for like my mom. And I'm just envisioning my mom right now, really just driving these customizations in, you know, as her final step in getting her Bunko Club WooCommerce site up and running. Okay, so let's see what happens now when we add something to cart. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Okay, let's save here. Let's go see what we've got going on. PAA. Okay. Add to cart, view cart. View cart. View cart. Add to cart. WC forward. Added to cart. Class. Added to cart. Just random classes, you know, no prefixing, no nothing. Just to slap a added to cart on there with underscores, mind you. Sure, why not capitalize the P in price? Why not? Guys, this is bordering on calls to violence, honestly. It's we're arriving at that point. We're very close. Okay, automatic CSS, global CSS. We can go add to cart inline A and then added to cart. See if that helps us out. Because those two things are not similar. It's still not. It's still, there's got to be something else going on with this that it doesn't like. View cart. Holy smokes. You're dropping padding in there. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's a shot to the heart. That's a shot to the heart. That's a straw. That's a straw that's breaking the camel's back. Let's be honest. PB 101, guys. Don't break your box. Don't break your box. This should be margin. You want to move something away from something else, you use margin, you don't use padding. They broke my box. This is a broken box. This is what happens when you do this. Look at this. It was going to be great. They broke my box and they're breaking my heart. Who does this? Immediately. Pull the PR. Pull the PR, fire them. Get rid of them right now. They don't belong here. They don't belong working on this project. Get them gone. I want them gone by morning. I want them gone by morning. It's outlandish. It's inexcusable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can't even. Oh, it's button padding block, I believe. Gotta override everything. Thank God for ACSS. We don't have to guess values or anything else. Unbelievable. Why is it not centered? Why is everything over to the left? You're just gonna pop things in here and not worried about. Should we justify items to the center? Justify content. Justify content to the center. Text align to the center. Can I affect it in any such way? Because isn't add to cart inline actually the paragraph? I think that's actually the paragraph. Unbelievable. Justify content, I feel like should do it. I don't know why it's not doing it. We're gonna have to keep inspect. This is like, they want you to, you honestly, work up an invoice. And when you're done doing all this nonsense, send the invoice to the WooCommerce team. Send it to Automatic, send it to Matt Mullenweg's inbox. This should not be the life we have to live. Doing all this inspection. Here it is. I bet you because unbelievable. Nobody wants to live this life. Nobody wants to live this life. I don't need to import in that, I guess. We'll fix it that way. Do these both have a margin on them? There's more? Come on now. Come on now. All right, let's go margin inline auto, margin block start of 0. And then we need to hide this button. So when you're viewing the cart, added to cart. And how do you even do this? Because it comes second. So adjacent siblings, it's really hard to affect the first sibling. Okay, I can go, if this paragraph has added to cart, that's what we're gonna do. If that has added to cart, let's think about this. If add to cart, they're just making me, because they hate me, type these underscores. Add to cart inline has added to cart. Then we're going to target whatever nonsense they put on here. I need to move this to the other side because this is like directly in the way. Let's do that. Okay. Every time I inspect this thing, it's right in the way. Okay. Holy smokes. Class button. Thank you. Yeah, we all needed a generic button class. WP element button, product type simple, add to cart button. Okay. Add to cart button. Display none. It should do that automatically, by the way. Honestly, it should do that automatically. Okay. So if I add a Carter, I get a view cart. If I add a Barnes, I get a view cart. My mom definitely could have done that. My mom could have done all that. Now, imagine trying to make these types of changes in Elementor. It's the worst experience of your life. Yeah. I know, exactly. Because you would be in div hell trying to figure out, like, the architecture would be unworkable. Yeah, I mean, this is honestly, it's an insult. It's an insult to users. It's I just, people are like, oh, all you do is criticize. Well, all you do is fuck shit up. So why don't you stop doing that? We can be on the same team. Like, I have to advocate for users because I'm trying to create a product and they're gonna, like, either I have to do all this work to fix all these things, or the user has to be prepared that you're gonna experience issues like this. And it's never like there's such a culture of mediocrity in the WordPress ecosystem that they have an army of excuse makers. And all they do is they show up to go like, you're just a meanie and we're just volunteers and we're just this and that. But they don't have to be volunteers. Automatic's an $800 million company that powers 43% of the internet. I'm not buying the excuses anymore, okay? Fix it. They want to hide behind because Matt wants free labor. That's what he wants. It's not this. We have to deal with this because the $800 million company doesn't want to actually pay people to fix it. And then they want to hide behind excuses and you're the bad guy. You're the bad guy because you find this unacceptable. And I find it unacceptable because it's unacceptable for the users of my products to have to deal with this stuff. And it's unacceptable for my team to have to actually come in and do their work that should have already been done. Which, by the way, none of this is difficult. So if this is a volunteers problem, you need better volunteers. It's just outlandish. It's outlandish that it's this bad. It shouldn't be this bad. There's no excuse for it. And I'm not a meanie for calling it out, okay? You either have a culture of excellence or you have a culture of mediocrity. And people who are used to a culture of excellence will not tolerate a culture of mediocrity. So you can make all the excuses you want, but you will never get rid. Either two things are going to happen. One is the people who demand a culture of excellence are going to identify that it's not happening here and they will leave. And that's actually what's happened. WordPress is losing gobs of talent because people refuse to put up with this abject mediocrity around every corner. And that is extremely unfortunate. And people will be like, well, you're just a meanie. Why don't you just be more positive? I'm like, we're losing. So positivity is not going to fix this problem. Positivity doesn't change the culture of mediocrity that we're dealing with. Somebody has to shake somebody. And you either wake up and come to your senses and stop making excuses, or everybody leaves. Now you choose which one you want. Now, they didn't leave before because there weren't other platforms. Guess what? Guess what, champ? There's other platforms now. And this is not going to fly any longer. This is how you kill an ecosystem. This is how you kill a product. This is how you lose literally all of your actual talent. And the people who point it out are not meanies. Now, by the way, when we point it out with no, like literally, I could academically point it out. I could get up there like Barack Obama and just, the calmest tone, pause after every 3 words, and just make it super academic. And guess what? They won't fix a damn thing. They won't fix a damn thing because they're committed to the mediocrity. And so people try to do that and they get frustrated. Do you know how many people have left quietly because they did what they were told? Hey, submit a PR, submit a PR, submit a ticket, submit a ticket, submit a PR, submit a PR. That's their go away. That's their shoot. That's why I figured out. See, I can see through things. I have like X-ray vision in that regard. When you tell me, hey, we'd love for you to submit a PR, I know what that actually translates to. That actually translates to, please shut the fuck up. That's what that translates to. So we don't need to go through that whole process. I hear what you're saying. And then I grow impatient because I don't like that, right? Some people can't read through the lines and they will go submit a PR. And you know what they do? They spend hours on their PR, then they submit it, and it sits there going unlooked at and unmerged for 5 fucking years. And they accomplished their job. They got you to shut the fuck up. They sent you off on a little mission, and they never heard from you again. And if you do that enough, that talent right there realizes, oh, that's not actually a process for getting things done here. I think I'm going to leave. This has to be fixed. This has to be fixed. Matt Mullenweg has to be called to account. And if he's not, this is never going to change. This is never going to be fixed. It has to be demanded. You have to get the pitchforks out and you have to say, we're done with this. We're not tolerating this any further. Either pony up, get your checkbook out, pay some people to fix this stuff, or we're all out. We're all leaving. That's it. And that's unfortunate, but like it's just the only other alternative is, I'll just tell you, I can see the future. The only other alternative is you keep putting up with this, and WordPress is absolutely dead and buried within the next 5 years. Because we're in a different era now. This does not fly in the new era. This does not fly in the era of AI. This does not fly in the era of Astro. This does not fly in the era of all of these other platforms and all of this other stuff happening. It cannot survive. This cannot survive like this. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. Until it is out from that man's grasp, it's on its way to a coffin. And it's just ridiculous. And it's sad. It's sad because it doesn't have to be. WordPress could be an absolutely unstoppable, dominant force. It has no leadership. It has no leadership. It has anti-leadership. It has leadership that's actively, literally killing it, strangling it, just absolutely smothering it with a pillow. Okay. Now, I got a functional site up. That was the goal. That was the goal. I will defer to you guys for what do you want to see next? Is there something else you would like to see on the stream? Does anybody know why it says cart? Can we put our heads together and figure that part out? Where do I go to turn that off? Can we just give me a clear, or do I need some PHP snippet and a child theme or something? Some nonsense? Correct. Yeah, I decided. I mean, it's Yeah, there's this too. There's this too. No, you're not dumb. And that's unfortunate. It makes you feel dumb. It honestly makes you feel dumb. I am working on one. I wish we weren't having the, I mean, what I could do, let's do this. Let's go to account. Let me just grab the previous version real quick. Oh yeah. Let's make sure we click on the right thing. Let's not expose all the keys. Okay, let's go download RC1. Let's go to desktop. Bang. I bet this will fix our little component problem. I'll show you the button I created, which should kind of be drag and drop. So let's go, it's crazy. Like, it's like, man, I sat down for 8 minutes and made a better add to cart button than their shortcode. How is that not possible for anybody on their team to do? Do you know how much money, by the way, Woocommerce, let me just back up, I don't think of Woocommerce as volunteers. Woocommerce is a gazillion-dollar company, like brand inside of Automatic. It makes just gobs of money. So the idea that they can't pay somebody to sit down and make a better add to cart shortcode, just deprecate if you want backward compatibility, this is not rocket science. Just make a new one that works and deprecate the old one and tell people to start using the new one and leave the old one in place. This is not rocket science. What it is they don't care about you. That's all it is. They don't care. They don't care. What was I about to do? Oh, I was about to downgrade. Here we go. Let's go to plugins, do this, upload. Oh God, okay. Documents, downloads, that's why I put it on desktop. This got my brain all shaken up. This is the kind of stuff, like, you get exhausted after working because of what you're forced to deal with. It's like, can't we just have a smooth, nice experience? Let's see if my section intro works. Oh yeah, that's right. That was in the old one. Hold on, let me refresh this. All right, let's get rid of new intro. Let's bring in section intro. Let's put that up there. Oh, this is happening in RC1. And it's not mapping at all. It's not even bringing it in actually as a component. It's pretending it's not a component. Okay, we're gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna go to my other shop, demo shop, log in. I'm gonna show you the button on here. It's very easy to look at on here. Okay. See if I used it in my actual cards here. I think I just put the prices in here and I linked these to the actual, maybe that's what I did differently, but here it is right here. Okay, so I made this add to cart component and pull this up here. A little bit of JavaScript, okay? Everything else, very simple. I just was able to put button primary on here. But you can put in your product ID, okay? So when you're using the component, you put in your product ID, in this case, 206. If it's variations, you put in your variation ID. All of this can be passed with dynamic data, by the way, if you want to put these in your product cards. And then you have your label as well. So you could say add Folsom to cart, and then, or buy Folsom knife or whatever. And then this could be dynamic if you wanted that part to be dynamic. So this makes the label customizable very easily. Add to cart is the default. And essentially, if we just go to the front end, you can put these anywhere, right? Let me see if my cart has anything in it. Let's clear this out. Okay, remove. All right, so we got a nice empty cart. We'll go back and we'll add to cart. It says adding added, right? And then if you go to your cart, now normally you would be giving this context in like the content that's around it or whatever, right? but it is a functional button that will add whatever you want to the cart. So I'm going to put this in the patterns library, and you should be able to just copy paste this into your install once we get this components issue resolved. And it will, you won't have to use the shortcode. You could just put this in, and it should just work out of the box. And like you saw, the benefit of it is it's an Ajax. It happens all in one place. It's more dynamic. It doesn't have any styling issues, all that. Okay. It's not that they don't care. It's legacy code and tons of stuff rely on how it's working. Refactoring and being backward compatible is really hard, if not impossible. But I just gave the solution. Oxygen used to whine about this too. They were like, well, we can't fix our repeater because it'll break sites. I was like, dude, do I have to do everybody's job? You make repeater 2.0 and you release it, and you hide the first version, but it's still there and exists and functions. And then you say, hey, we've got a new repeater. It's got all the problems fixed. It's got a new architecture. Start using this going forwards, but your old ones won't break. I don't know what's so hard about that. Isn't this like software development 101? Oh, good. I have a hot fix. Okay. Let's go to, I don't know if is the auto update available already? Let's go out here. I literally, guys, I don't know if you know this. I get on every stream and I'm like, let's try not to rant. Let's try not to rant about Woo or Automatic or whatever it is. WordPress. I try my absolute best. But then I just keep encountering stuff that it's like, I can't not say something. It's so egregious. It's so outlandish. I just can't not say something. And then I'm exhausted. Okay, let's go to, I don't think maybe auto update is here. Let's see. I don't know why it's 4 though. Our versioning got a little off. Okay, launch Etch. Okay, section intro, let's go. Intro, okay. Modern, minimal, everyday carry. Let's get rid of that. Let's try this. Layouts, intros, copy. Whoops, that's not the front end. Hey, all right. There's our banner. Oh, I'm on the wrong shop too. No wonder. Let's go back to Zip. Woo Store. Okay. There we go. Let's make this an H1. And this is my, let's say SEO heading. H1, this is my marketing headline. All right, and then let's say I don't want the secondary CTA. Shop now. Boom, save. Edit component. I want to preview the center. Okay, well that previews correctly there. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Let's make these button primary. It's in there. Okay. Section intro content wrapper. But I could have swore. Yeah. Save. Data intro style center. And it's a container query. So we're going to bring this content wrapper in here. Center, container, center, me. We're going to switch this ampersand, probably. Fixed. Okay. To fix that on the patterns website too. All right. Components are working. Let's try this. Let's try our demo shop button component. This is not on the patterns website yet, so I'm gonna have to steal it from here. Now the components are back up and in action. This is our add to cart that we want. Let's copy this. Let's put it to a real world test. Let's go back in here. Let's replace the short code with our new dynamic button. Boom. And let's pass the product ID dynamically, item.id. Let's save there. And let's do what I told you you could do, right? Like by item.title. And then let's refresh. By the Barnes, by the Carter. You can even, you have the ability in here with proper architecture, you know what I'm saying? Is it product price? What is it? I'm just guessing. Product price. All right, let's go find the key. So I go to products. Where's the price? Price. Need to be able to, I want a good solid search box for in here. Post date, product, permalink, let me zoom in. Okay, thumbnail, user roles, don't need any of that stuff. Product cat, meta, price. Of course. Of course. Yeah. Yeah, so let's just, like, look at this now. So total sales is not prefixed with an underscore. But everything else is just rando prefixed with an underscore. Like, I could have guessed price. You saw me guess it. Like, it's just price, right? It's got to be just price, right? No. No, it can't just be that. We can't do something obvious. Why would you do something obvious? It's every stone that you turn over. Every single one without fail. Holy smokes. Okay. Still not even working. Actually, am I gonna have to put that in brackets now? Because, dude, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, if that was that, it's not even pulling it. I don't know. It's meta. It's dot meta. Okay, 99, and then I've got to put a $sign here. Holy smokes. Wait, what do you, as a developer, like, how much do you have to hate people to be like, they would guess price? Why don't we make this not guessable? Why don't we make this situation? Let's make this a non-guessable situation. Let's make them look it up. Make them look it up. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay. If the product is variable, the price is stored somewhere else. Well, I can't wait for that fun. That's a different question. It just doesn't make sense to use a short code where it doesn't belong. Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't give you another route, right? You have to make your own route, which I did. I made my own route. Like, so that's what I'm showing you now is I want to go to my cart and I want to get everything out of it. Holy smokes. I got nine knives for one thing. Okay. There we go. By the Barnes, added to cart. By the Carter, added to cart. So now, there they are. So this is a nice little drag and drop, copy paste component that you can put in all of your custom areas for adding something to the cart. As you can see, it supports dynamic label. You can put whatever you want in the label. It will, if we go to inspect here, it's actually a button, not a link, because it's doing an action. It's very clean. Yeah. Yep. So that works. That's good to know. We can link that up to our shop page. Let's go up here, grab this button, shop, refresh. Let's go to the shop. There's two shops. Okay. No, we didn't do the shop yet. That takes you to the Barnes. Single page shop. Is shop a page? What is shop? Shop. It's a page. But there's nothing on the shop page. So you got to add a section. You got to add their shop shortcode, don't you? That's what you got to do. You got to add theirs. Or is there a block editor option? Is there a block option for this? Let's go back. I love, by the way, just not being able to see the structure of anything on the page when you arrive. Like, you know, in a capable page builder, if I have empty boxes, I can see an outline. See, the container is empty, but at least it's there, so I know there's something there and I can click on it. 10 years into Gutenberg development, no indication that there's anything on this canvas. No indication. Where's my preferences for top toolbar? I can never find the option for always showing the structure panel. Always open list view. Well, it's because I don't call it a list view. I'm always looking for structure panel. Now, I just toggled on always open. What do I have to refresh? Do I have to save? What magic do I have to do here? What secret handshake? There we go. Okay, so here's a container. Cart. Shop. 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 No shop. I got a mini cart, store notices, nothing. Okay. Maybe I just need a default loop. Maybe I just need a default loop. Let's go back to the homepage. Let's make a component out of our product card. So here's our product card. Let's whip this into a component real quick. Create component, featured product card. We're just gonna call this product card. Product card, we don't need anything else here, okay? Let's add text, title, short description. Let's go, add to cart, we're gonna hard code that in. Bam, just like that. We're gonna expose the props to parent for the product ID variation and label. We are going to do our featured image. That's what we're gonna need. So we're gonna need a media. This is gonna be our featured image. And we are going to link that up to here. And actually that's not featured image. Yes, that is, okay. When we use it, it's not. Let's do a placeholder image. Little knife, okay. Product title. Short description goes here. All right, let's go ahead and map that to the title, map that to the description. Button should be fine. Okay, let's go out here. The Barnes, the Carter, add to cart. Here's your perfect. This is item dot image dot ID, item dot excerpt, item dot title. Okay. Product card, save, copy this. Let's go over to, my featured products list needs a little bit of a gap. Let's just drop a gap in there. Perfect. Okay. So let's head back to the shop page. Let's see if we can get this shop page under control. I think what we're gonna need is just put that product card in. Let's wrap it in a div. Let's convert this to a list. Let's loop the item. And let's choose our main query loop. Would it not be, like if this is the shop page and it's trying to dynamically do this, am I wrong in thinking how this is architected? That's not the page I just built. Where is this page coming from? And why isn't this page overriding it? I think this is gonna have to just be our products loop. Products list. Make this a grid of auto 3, okay? Put a gap in there. But look, this is not going to actually resolve. It's something is hijacking this URL. I don't know that it's a template. I don't know how WooCommerce works. But I'll tell you right now, the fact that I have a shop page that looks like that, and I go to the shop page and it looks like that, this is what people hate about WordPress. This is why you actually, beginners actually can't use it. What is the, I'm on the page. But isn't it like a blog page where you know how you assign, like you tell it which page your blog page is because that outlandishly ridiculous architecture, and then you have to put a loop on your blog page that's like a main query loop. I think that's how I never do that, so I don't really know for sure. But I mean, can we all agree on this? Like, they auto-generated a page called shop page. Maybe it's the template that's being used. Why can't I choose a template over here? There's no page symbol. There's something with the architecture that this page is controlled by somewhere else. And I honestly don't know where it's controlled from. And you would have to be a WooCommerce expert, I guess, to figure this out. Like, I see how it's assigned shop page. So what actually controls that? I'm going to go to templates because the only other thing I can think is it's some hidden template. But why generate a page that doesn't do anything? Just to have a URL? What kind of architecture is this? All templates, shop. I don't see shop. Is it this archive product? Is that what it's coming from? It's not even called it's throwing me off that it decided, it was like, you know what? We need to auto-generate a shop page and it's not going to do anything. Is it me? Is it a me problem? Am I the only one confused by that? Products archive. Holy smokes. Okay, what is the purpose of the shop page? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I can actually make my own, just grab this product list. Let's take a field trip over to products archive. Okay, I didn't save it in my other one, which is fine. Let's just get all these tabs out of here. I don't want any of this. Get all this trash out of my way. I'll do it myself. Okay. And then let's go section intro. Did I not bring the section intro in here? I did. Oh, I didn't update this yet. Did I update that? I'm so lost. I'm so confused right now. WooCommerce will it's just, it makes you, like the longer you use it, the dumber you get. Okay. Jeez Louise. Let's make this centered. Okay, we can kill the CTAs. We can say shop. Okay. Choose from our amazing assortment of EDC knives. Okay. Lead. I'm just going to kill the lead. Who needs a lead on a product page? That's a terrible headline. Latest knives. Whatever. My brain's been so discombobulated now. Okay, I got a shop page. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Patterns. Can we get a header in here that actually works now? Headers. Copy code. Let's see what happens here. Let's go to the index. Header alpha. Save. Let's choose on this nav, we want basic nav. Okay. And now we're going to add that also to our products archive. All right. Hey, got a header. Fantastic. Okay. Let me check in on the chat here. Shop page equals front product page of store. It doesn't though. My homepage is the front product page of the store. That's my homepage. Like always. What is the shop page for? Somebody help me out. Product archive is where your main query products display. The shop page specifies what the archive's product URL is. Okay. Why isn't that in permalinks? The idea of generating a page that actually doesn't do anything just for the purpose of having a URL for your archive page. Outlandish. Outlandish. I'm just telling you, as a CMS, you can't win. If that's the route you've gone, you can't. Era 4, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. Yeah, I probably still haven't updated. I'm so discombobulated. Breaking my brain. Okay. We've got to work. We've got working products. We've got working carts. We've got working checkouts. We finally figured out our shop situation. I'll show you one thing with the index template here. Because these headers are template specific. It makes it easy to have or not have them. The only thing I'm wondering now is, let's get rid of this. Okay. This is my index. It's got a header. It's got a footer. But that header is not here on this home page. Oh, that's right. Because we were forced to make a page template, or we tried to make a page template. This gets a lot of people confused. This is why I tell people never make a page template. Because this will take over even your home page. I believe that's how it works. And things get very confusing in WordPress land. When you do this. So now I have my header. But this is my old one, I believe. I think I've got 2 header alphas maybe that are floating around in here. Let's go to appearance editor. It's not templates, it's patterns, my patterns, header alpha, footer mic, header alpha. We're going to delete this. We're going to delete this. Okay. I'm going through this so people can see how you can rescue some of these situations that are caused by various circumstances. I think it bothers me that there's no save on there after I delete, but I think it will do it. Okay, let's kill these instances. Let's go over to here. Let's get a fresh version of the header. Nothing cramps somebody's style like WooCommerce. Let's go copy code. Header alpha. Something it does not like about header alpha. Something it does not like about header alpha. Padding block. Because padding block is set from right here. It's just not, it's not passing those variables, I think. Oh dear, I don't want section space M. I just want space M. Or maybe even S. Maybe even XS. There we go. Okay. All right. It might be corrupted on this one site right here. Uncrop your screen like that. Like that. It's an eCam thing. Is there an RC4? This is RC2. Count. Let's go to not licenses. Stay out of there. Stay out of there. Replace current with uploaded. Okay. I don't know exactly what that fixed, but I do see I need to choose a basic nav, and maybe we can get our nav to show. Or maybe we need, let's try the flex nav now. Do we even have the flex nav? We do. Flex nav. And we're going to add just a simple item. Now, there's still something going on. Still something going on. All right, we'll have to look at it afterwards. Because even if these have links, yeah, something going on there. Okay, we are live, Nick. We are live, Nick. I can bring the chat onto the screen I'm working on, but there's no good place to put it. It's on my other screen, and then like it's just always on top. It's like always in my way. So like there's no real good way. I kind of have it to where it's there, but you gotta, it's Ecamm's chat. It's a little text a little small. I gotta really like zoom in, focus in. Yeah, I'm on RC4 now. Having the shop page and adding other loops to it, bestsellers, really slows it down. Haven't tried that. That way you're only building one page. Some people don't want a specific homepage. They use the shop page instead. Okay, but you can't use the shop page. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you mean they use the shop page as the homepage? But like, it's unnecessary. In an architecture where I can loop anywhere I want at any time for anything, why? I don't need these special pages. I don't need them. I'll just make them on my own. I just don't understand. Like, this is from the archaic theme-based, like, oh, I don't have control. The theme's got to do it. But we don't. That's not the era we live in anymore. And I'm really annoyed that none of these other products can like keep up. Can just do things the way they're supposed to work. The logic is to have access to URL meta tags and other things where the template will be displayed. Template management always takes place else. Yeah, I don't use templates. Templates is like from 2011. Like I'm not a template guy. Like those kinds of templates, those like hard coded into the theme templates. No. I build my own templates. Here's my templates. I build them. They work, right? That's how life is now. And we have to, I guess, deal with these like artifacts of a past era. Shop page specifies. Okay, yeah, we got that. Got that. No, it's updated. Trust me, it's updated. It's updated. Let's go to look, I'll show you. RC4. It's updated. Okay. Yeah, that must be what it did. Let's go to editor. I'm just going to take an overview of the problem here is that it in WooCommerce, normally I don't see all this stuff. WooCommerce injected a bunch of templates that I don't normally see. And again, I'm not a Woo expert, so I'm not sure exactly what they're all for. And what we also need to do, so Andrea, if you're watching, like I would say take a note here. When we get to the WooCommerce, integration, obviously what we need to do is make sure that these show up in Etch. Like some of these, some of them appear to show up, like the product ones automatically showed up. So single product, products archive, those automatically showed up, but the checkout did not. The cart did not. But then again, those are not templates. I don't know why they're in templates. They're pages. This is so confusing. Cart is a page. Checkout is a page. Why are they in templates? Is it a page or is it a template? What are we doing? Somebody make a decision. And I'm just telling you, this is why you come from Webflow. You come from any competent CMS. I don't think this is going to make sense to anybody, how this was architected. You have two distinct things. I have pages, I have templates, and that right now they appear to be the same thing. They appear to be doing the same thing, one controlling the other. I don't know why one exists when the other exists. It's not. I've been doing this since I was 12. If this doesn't make sense to me, it don't make sense to anybody new that's coming here. And it just can't work like this. This just cannot be how it works. Again, is it just me that thinks this way? Is anybody else confused by the fact that I have cart, checkout, account here, and then when I go to templates, I also see these things as templates? Is it me? Am I dumb? Am I missing some like, oh, this just makes things so much better, Kevin? Is account even in here? Look, there's no account template in here. So some of these things exist also as templates, but some don't. What am I missing? So account not in here, but account exists as a page. I go to account. What's here? A shortcode. So I can edit an etch. I can add a section, can drag that in. I can fix that page. There we go. My account. I can even drop in. Am I dumb in thinking that when it auto-injected headings into the other pages that it should have done it to this one too, but it doesn't do it to this one? Why doesn't it do it to this one? What's special about this one that they felt this didn't need a heading? Why does one of them get auto-injected headings and the other one doesn't? Can someone explain that to me? I don't think they use their own product. Has anybody at Woo built a Woo shop before? Can we get an answer to that? Okay. And I guess I just got to style all of these things myself. Why would you... Have they just not made the blocks yet? The block editor has been around for what, 10 years? Woocommerce hasn't made an account block yet, or account block shortcodes. Is this the best thing? Is there anything here for me? Account. Customer account. Where's my structure panel? Holy smokes. Okay, here we go. Inside my container. I want an account. Customer account. Where's my structure panel? Gone again. Why didn't it put it in the container? I had the container selected. What does this do? This does nothing. What does this do? Is there a block just to create a link to the account? There's a dedicated block just to create a My Account link with a cute icon? That's all that does. That's all that does. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. My fault. Thought we were going to do something functional there. Downloads. Is there any of those tabs available as... Got nothing. Now I can't get my account page back unless I what? Go to the docs. WooCommerce account shortcode. And I got to go through Hostinger first. Oh, Lord. Let me just explain something to you. Do you know why these ads exist? Because Hostinger, Elementor, Bluehost, and Checkout realized that nobody knows what the fuck the shortcodes are unless they search for them. And so they ran ads on the search terms. It's so bad. WooCommerce and WordPress are so bad that companies run ads against the search terms for obvious things that users have to do because you can't do them from inside of the application. That's what a revelation that we've just all arrived at together. My account. Unbelievable. Where's my structure panel? Has anybody used this? I would never use, there's people that page build in this trash can, and I don't know why they do it to themselves. But I wouldn't be able to do it just because I can't deal with my structure panel disappearing every single time I sneeze. Look, and I look at this. I have the container selected. I have the container. I'm gonna go add a shortcode. 3 different shortcodes. 3 different shortcodes here, okay? It's not in the container. I've never figured out how to actually get it in there on the first click. Do I use brackets or not use brackets? That's the question. Okay. Whew. Thanks to a Hostinger ad, I got my WooCommerce account back. James Kemp has, and he's very open to feedback. Okay. Been spending way too many hours in Woo, and my OCD is not very helpful. I've cried over Woo sites, honestly. I don't blame you. I've considered crying in this stream, actually. I am not convinced that James Kemp has any control over anything that happens in here. I can't tell you how many times I've had my back rubbed by some person at Automatic that pretends to care. I've had dinner with them. I've seen them live and in person. I've had dinner with them. I've had drinks with them. I've laughed with them. We've stood outside by a campfire together. We've done, they will tell you, hey, look, we really value your insight. We're We're going to make these, not a damn thing ever happens. Not a damn thing ever happens. It never gets any better. It never gets. That's why I'm the way I am. Okay. I've been gaslit enough. I've been shooed away enough. I've been promised enough. At some point, you just accept reality. That's where I'm at. Yeah, I just, it's just sad. It's honestly just like, do you know how, with proper leadership, do you know how absolutely dominant WordPress could be? Unstoppable. Like the 43% could be 78%. You know what I'm saying? Like that's actually a possibility. It has no leadership. Just has no leadership. And again, Woo is not a whole bunch of volunteers sitting around. But a lot of people collecting a paycheck. I don't know. I like Woo and their plugins add-ons. I mean, one of the problems with Woo, I get that it's free, but like it's not free. Because all the things you actually are required to be able to do with Woo are gonna need a paid add-on at some point, you know? And no, I'm not, let's just make this point, because the people are, oh, he shits on it because he just wants to sell his own thing. I don't have an e-commerce product. Nor am I working on an e-commerce product. Nor do I have any desire to have an e-commerce product. It's not, it's not the thing I want to tackle. So here's an example. If you were looking for an example. Oh, he doesn't have a competing product. And he's still upset. I'm upset by mediocrity. I'm upset by stuff that doesn't make sense. I'm upset by, it doesn't make sense to my brain how a product can be worked on for this many years. And they have gazillions of dollars. And it just is this awful. It doesn't make sense to my brain. We can do SureCart. We can do Fluent Cart next. I mean, we can go down these rabbit holes. I had so much faith and hope in, what was that other one? Can't even remember the name because it's like, completely irrelevant. It failed. Had so much promise. Didn't make it. Which goes to show you, it's not easy. It's not easy creating successful products. I bet James does care. Yeah, I think a lot of them care, actually. I don't think they have any power. That's the problem. Woocommerce, yes. I don't think they have as much power as they wish that they had, If you look, and it's not, here's the thing. What am I going to tell James? Like, I don't know James. Actually, I don't think I've ever, maybe I've met James, maybe I haven't. I don't know. If I have to point out the things that I'm pointing out, it already calls into question. It's already suspect, right? It's already a red flag. Build one shop. Build one shop. I actually try to stress this to our team. Automatic CSS, Etch, all the things that we build. This is the number one thing I try to stress. Don't just build a feature and ship it. You must go try to build something with it in real life. So when I did a bunch of stuff with automatic CSS, I would immediately get on a live stream and try to build something. I would do what I'm doing now, just try to build something. I would build my own sites in the things. Because until you've used the feature in the real world, you don't really understand the edge cases that could occur, the problems with the workflow that may occur. And so it's like you must do it. That's why I just said, has anybody at Woo built a Woo site? Has anybody at Woo tried to use the Woo add to cart shortcode in a real project ever? Because all you have to do is do that once and you realize, well, this is unacceptable. And then if they had real power, you know what they would do? They would fix it. Or they would, if you have to leave that one for backward compatibility, they would create a short code v2 that actually has the problems fixed, and they would release it. The idea, I have a very hard time believing that somebody there who cares actually has the power to change it, because they haven't. And it's not like I'm digging up insane, crazy, buried edge case. I'm like, why does the short code have a 3-pixel gray border by default and padding that has to be cleared on the inline style level or with important? That is an obvious problem. Why does the short code add classes to the paragraph and not the link? Obvious problem. Has anybody ever tried to style the short code with CSS? Obvious problem. These don't require Kevin. Like, if I would love if there were problems that required me. If I get in and I use something for the very first time, and I'm like, well, let's just see if it works, and I try to use it, and there's something wrong with it, multiple things wrong with it, clearly things wrong with it, that didn't require. My mom could have pointed out that she didn't like the gray border on the add to cart shortcode. And then I would have pointed out, well, Mom, that's really hard to change. But at least she could have told you that's not a good idea. She has no training. She has zero experience. It doesn't take a monkey. You could sit a monkey at the computer and tie its hands to the keyboard. At some point, it might get a shortcode widget thing on the page, and it could probably tell you it doesn't like that. So if there's somebody there that cares, my question would be, why have they not already fixed it? These are not non-obvious things. And there's so many of them. Now, I get this situation with the cart page is also, that's all very architectural. That's not easy to refactor. That's probably not easy to fix. I get it. It is what it is. Accept it, maybe move on. But the shortcode situation is fixable in 8 minutes. That's an 8-minute fix. I worked around it in 8 minutes. I built a better component to be able to add. They could have registered that as a new shortcode, and it could be fixed. 8 minutes. 8 minutes tops. Why hasn't it been fixed? See, this is this is what I really struggle to accept. They need people like us to. Why am I needed to show them that? They're in that just lets me know you're in. If you need me to show you that, you're not competent. You don't belong here. We need somebody else. This is like we have a surplus of talent in the world. If you need me to go, you shouldn't hard code a border and padding into the inline styles of that short code. You're not the right person for the job. If you use that short code and you see that happening and you don't recognize that as a major, major problem, you don't belong here. We need better talent. We need more talent. This is how you have to run a company like this. If you can't see the obvious problems, we need somebody better. The idea that the CEO would need to come in and be like, hey, that didn't really work that well. See, this is the culture of mediocrity. If the leadership accepts the fact that they have people on board who have to have these things pointed out, that is what creates the culture of mediocrity. Right there. That's the source of the problem. Okay, this is like business 101. It would be like my home builder, right? I put this the other day. Home builders going downhill in the United States. They are, it's just not great craftsmanship, you know? And so it probably comes from, hiring general contractors, GCs who come in and they look at, what is being done, and they either sign off on it or they don't sign off on it, And so if you have a contractor that comes in and they do something obviously fucked up, and the GC has to come in and they keep seeing this happen, you know what happens? The contractor typically gets fired. But what happened over time is the GC either got lazy or the GCs aren't trained very well. So they miss details, they miss things. And then the leadership should go in and go, why is this going out the door? Why are we building houses this way? Why is this not getting caught? And the GC is like, well, the homeowner should go through there and let us know. No, that's not the homeowner's job. That's your job. You're the GC. That's your job. You're supposed to see these things. And if you can't see those things, we need a new GC. That is how businesses run. But they don't run like that in automatic land. They, I guess everybody shows up, does whatever they want. I don't know. Do they do performance reviews? Or that what happens at that company? I don't know. But it's not working. So yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's ClicksLab says they're blind and drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, that's the thing. When they have an army of excuse makers that all defend this stuff to the death, essentially. And it's so exhausting. It's so tiring. They'll literally gaslight you, trying to tell you these things aren't problems, or they don't need to be fixed, or they're fixed via some other way, or you should do it like this, or add 80 lines of code to your functions.php file, and all will be better in the world. But then in the same breath, see, every problem you encounter is fixed by a functions.php snippet, and in the same breath, they will insist that this is for beginners and lay people. They want you to believe both things. They want both things to be true. That they have fixes for everything that are code-based in functions.php. But this is for beginners as well. And this is for lay people. Anybody can use Woo. Anybody can use WordPress. Well, I ran into this problem. Well, just put a code snippet in the functions.php. Stop it. See, this is why I can't accept. I can't accept being gaslit. I can't accept the psychological manipulation. I can't accept the emotional manipulation. It's not what I'm not going to accept that. Those two things cannot be true at the same time. Quit insisting that this is for beginners and lay people, and then telling me that everything is fixed in functions.php. In a child theme in functions.php. What a wild ecosystem. What a wild ecosystem. It's they all got to be fired. It's just pure incompetence. All right, we got to get out of here because we've seen enough, I think. We've seen enough. Let's explain what we are committed to with Woo and SureCart. And I'll check out ThriveCart, or not ThriveCart. What is the other one? Fluent Cart. I'll check that out. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe if you're a Fluent Cart user, if you can make a good case, like how is it under the hood? Is it good under the hood? Is it a mess like Woo? Or do you think we would really like it? Is it really capable? Is it much easier? Is the architecture? But give me some hints. Give me some, because I haven't looked at it before. Willing to take a look at it. But we will be. Can you get to questions? Yeah, I guess we should do some of that. Yeah, that's the other thing. Is anybody on the Woo team building Woo shops on video? Probably not. Let me search questions. I feel like this stream went off the rails. I don't know. What are we waiting for SureCart to complete in order to be fully integrated? I honestly don't know. I haven't looked at all of it yet. With Etch, is it possible to just override the Woo templates? Woo templates are usually in the same subfolder. I thought that's what I was doing, but apparently not. I thought I could override this cart page, and I can't do it, except I go to the other template that's not called cart template. Some of these work differently than others. Some of them inject headings when you don't ask them to. Probably a functions.php snippet to turn it off, but I just don't have time. I don't have time for it right now. Is there a bass ackwardy term in dev? Yeah, it's spelled automatic. I vote that the Etch team fork WordPress. No, not going to happen. We built something from scratch before we forked it. At some point, you do a video fine-tuning ACSS to better fit specific designs. I've done plenty of those in the past, actually. I mean, I can do an updated one, but I've done tons of them. It's just, I haven't done them recently because it gets tiring. Like, you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I'll do it again with 4.0 because 4.0 is, you know, objectively a bit different. So I think it would make sense to do it with 4.0. Like, for example, people will be like, Kevin, how do you see how this is this content width of the website? How do let's get my box. This is like the content width of this website right here. And so people will ask all the time. They're like, I really like those new modern, really wide sites, you know, where everything is taking up a lot of space on the screen, even on large monitors. How would you do that in automatic CSS? I mean, you go in and you, let's unpin this so we can see it front and center. You go layout, website dimensions, and you just choose something big, you know? And if you've done everything else fairly responsively, like, it's just going to work. Everything now goes to this new content width. All of your headings, your text, all the clamps recalculate so that they're creating stuff that is scaling to the new size of your website's content width. And now that's the experience that you have. And so there's things like that that people think are very difficult, I guess, but they're actually just like one setting, bing, bam, boom, and you're done. Like, I don't have to do anything with my typography to adjust for that. My spacing, I'll adjust for that automatically. My grids are automatic. Like, it's just nothing. That's it. You're done. If we add custom fields in the products, what should we loop through? All it does is add data to the loop preview, and you just go look at the loop preview and it'll be there. It'll let you know the keys. It'll let you know the depth. It'll let you know the expected values. The loop preview is very, very powerful. Is this the first time in decades that you've made a page template? I've never made a page template, ever in WordPress. I've never made a page template. I don't think they should exist, actually. I actually don't really see any use for them. If you do proper content management and content architecture with custom post types and such, I've literally never, I've built websites for $120,000. I've never encountered a need for a page template. People insist that there are needs out there somewhere, but I've never encountered one. So yeah, I've never made one. Never made one. Component props are not working. Okay, got that. Ecamm sometimes, look, see, I can do this with my mouse. And there are, sometimes I'll be going over the Ecamm window and I'll accidentally hit a little bit like this. Sometimes it's not always that much. I need to find a way to disable that. I've actually had to throw away like a few videos because that's happened and I didn't realize it. And it was, the whole recording is like that. And I'm like, no. I need to find a way to disable. Can we create our own components? Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. In fact, you saw me create this card component right here. Hey, Kevin, will the principles used in this video work for SureCard as well? I don't use Woocommerce. No, because SureCard has a bit different architecture and such. You should fire them by building a better WordPress alternative. Well, I mean, it may come to that at some point, you know. Mark Szymanski, actually, I was talking to him the other day, and you know, he was wondering if he was like, you know, you were on Oxygen, you left Oxygen, you went to Bricks, you went from Bricks, then you made Etch. You've had automatic CSS underlying there the whole time, but like, Was it a strategy to go from Oxygen to bricks? Was it a strategy to go from bricks to Etch? Was that all planned out? Was that? And I explained to him, and I actually kept the recording. It was a curse word filled recording that I kept the audio from, because I was like, I'll probably release this one day. But I explained that it has literally been legitimately organic. It has been like you have your hand forced. You are forced to do these transitions against your will. And I kind of explained the entire, and there's a lot of the story that people have no idea about. And I find it hilarious that I get on and I watch conversations that people have on social media about Oxygen, and then of course about bricks, assumptions that people make with regard to what happened with Oxygen, how bricks got to the point that it's at, where bricks, they have no idea where bricks started, what bricks was in the very beginning. They don't know how it got to where it currently is, having the features that it currently has. And they have no idea why these transitions have happened. There's a lot of backstory that people do not know. And they think they know. They think they just make assumptions about it. They do not know. And if they knew, they would come to different conclusions. But I had to explain all this to Mark in the sense that no, it's literally been as organic as it could possibly be. It's literally been pivoting when being forced to pivot by things that really should not have happened the way that they happened. And it's just, I don't know why the pattern is the way that it is. Every event was different, but it's like why is there always this, some event that happens this way? You're seeing it now, by the way, with AI. Like this kind of stuff that I'm ranting about with WooCommerce has always flown up until now. They've always gotten away with it. I guess that's what I'm trying to express. And I think they realized at some point that they were just getting away with it. But unfortunately, eras do change. We do go from era 3 to era 4. Like that, it's not a marketing thing. That is a real shift. It is a real shift. And anybody that doesn't realize that it is a real shift is completely lost. Anybody that doesn't realize that Etch is completely different than everything else available is lost. Anybody that doesn't realize that AI is here, is real, is shifting everything, is lost. They don't realize that there's still like I can't fathom thinking like there's people going right now. I'm reading online, going from Elementor, because Elementor just pissed everybody off. Okay, do we all know that? Are we all on the same page? With their new release V4 framework, that's just era 3 leftovers, and this new package that they want everybody to buy, Elementor 1. And people are like, I don't want that. I didn't ask for that. This is garbage that you're releasing. Like, what is this? There's no innovation here. There's no nothing here. They're a little upset, and they're like, I think I'm gonna go to bricks. Like they don't know Etch exists yet necessarily. Like I'm gonna go to the idea that like you would go to a tool that gives you no code access in the era of AI. They still haven't realized, like there's still people not putting the pieces together, that AI is not fun and it's not very workable without code access. Even the big platforms are realizing this. Lovable took so much money from people only for everybody to realize, oh, well, if I don't have code access, this kind of sucks. And I bet you they're gonna be scrambling to add it. And then Cursor is actually on the flip side of the coin. Cursor was full code. That's all it was. And they are scrambling to build visual interfaces because they realize that having a visual interface is actually really, really, really powerful and important. But you have to, like, if you marry code and visual together somehow, who did that? It's the best of both worlds. It's the best. It's legitimately the best experience. There's people going to Oxygen 6 and bricks and these in the era of AI with no code access. That's the play you're gonna make as like that's your step for the future. That's unexplainable. It's unexplainable. I don't know why. Like it's just missed. It's like we're not taking enough time here to really think things through. And it's fine. It's fine. Like, people are going to make the decisions they're going to make, and then they're going to realize it was a mistake, and then they're going to have to come back later. And it is what it is. But like, it's, to me, the market is very clear what's going on. Yeah, you're very late, my friend. You're very late. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's interesting. So anyway, I have this rant filled. Well, it's a long rant, and it's an explicit rant about the transitions from Oxygen to Bricks, and then to Etch. Now, keep in mind, the entire time when I was at Oxygen, even way before Bricks, people were begging me to build a page builder. So I just was saying no. I'm on record saying no. You can go find all the streams where I literally on the stream said, no, I'm not going to do it. Until I was forced to do it. Then I did it. And it's working out fantastic. But it's for everybody. I mean, I'm having the most fun that I've ever had. Our team's having a ton of fun. Our users are having a ton of fun. It's fantastic. It's great. But I am on multiple streams over multiple years saying, no, I don't want your money. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. Then came a time where I had no other choice. And someday, maybe maybe I will put that story out, but for now, you just have to, see? Yeah, it's here's the thing, and this is what upsets me, okay? You deserve it. We all deserve it. We work our ass off. We do right by our customers. We want what's best for our customers. We don't ship this kind of bullshit ourselves. We care about craftsmanship. We care about quality. We care about good user experiences. And so to constantly be force-fed, by the way, force-fed with no real input, no real ability to control anything. We just have to sit here being force-fed trash. And then when we are like, that's kind of trash, I don't want trash, they're like, well, quit being a meanie about it. Quit being a meanie about it. We're volunteers. We're doing the best we can. We're doing this, we're doing that, you know? And it's like, but are you really? Like, okay, I know you're a volunteer, but I know your CEO guy has like $800 million in the bank. So are we really all volunteers here? I didn't elect for them to use, like, volunteer labor. I didn't make that decision. I never opted into that. The fact that it's open source, that's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. You can make something open source and not run it with volunteers. Did you know that that's a possibility? That's a thing. All the excuses they hide behind are self-imposed excuses. And they want us to just accept that and be happy about it. Don't be a meanie. No, just be happy. Be more positive. We're going to force feed you garbage, and you are going to be positive about it. That's the relationship they want to have with us. And I don't accept that relationship in real life. So why would I accept it in WordPress life? Like, anybody that has actual self-respect does not accept that relationship anywhere in life. So the fact that they expect you to lets you know what kind of character and person they are. So yeah, it's it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's funny too that this is the last thing I'll say, and then I'm gonna go get some lunch or something. It's funny that there were an endless supply of people. When we announced Etch, first of all, I got heavily criticized Remember, Etch was vaporware, right? He just wants your money. He's going to steal your money. He's going to take your money and run. That's all he wants. It's all he cares about. Mind you not that, you put $500,000 into the software. It's like, where did I go with the money? Where did I run to? But there's all these people that are like, it's vaporware. And then if it wasn't, he's going to take your money and run. It's vaporware. It's never going to exist. That was the next thing. It's never going to exist. And then the next step in that was, if it does exist, it'll be 3 years before you can even use it for anything. Heavily criticized, right? And then we do a development process that, by the way, that we promised in the beginning, right? We did a development process that's completely different than anybody's ever done before. Weekly releases, full transparency, with the participation of the community. That should get as far as development goes, there should be some sort of Nobel Prize for development practices. None of the naysayers, not a single fucking one. Nobody at Automattic, nobody that I've eaten dinner with. By the way, people who did not work for Automattic before, I had dinner with them before they worked for Automattic. They take checks and not a single DM from any of these people. Hey, I love what you've done with it. In fact, they act like it doesn't exist. They act like the prophecy came true. They said it wouldn't exist, and now that it does, and it's better than anything that they've ever built in their life, they just want to act like it doesn't exist. Let's just not talk about it. Let's just not talk about it, right? No, not a single. Actually, I shouldn't say not a single. I've had probably, you can count them on one hand, probably 3 people who emailed me and said, Kevin, I just want to apologize. I talked endless shit about Etch and you and blah, 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 blah. And they literally wrote me a multi-paragraph sincere apology. You could probably count those people on one hand. This is how the internet is. They will relentlessly shit on you and talk shit and make claims and all that. And when you defeat everything that they've claimed is going to come true. Every Nostra dumbass prediction that they have. They just disappear into the shadows, never to be seen again. Never will they correct the record. Never will they apologize. Never will they do anything upstanding. They just disappear. And some of them work for Automattic. Some of them are in WordPress, entrenched, and have their own products and companies and brands. And they have zero credibility left to their name, but they just hide in the shadows. And it's all very it makes you see the ecosystem for what it is. A lot of the things that I do are to cut the grass, so to speak. Because when you cut the grass, the snakes will show. That is the line. That is the bar. That is Jay-Z. Shout out to Jay-Z. When you cut the grass, the snakes will show. And so sometimes I do things to cut the grass a little bit because I want to see them wriggling around down there. I want to see which ones are which. And because I keep track, keep track a little bit. I keep the receipts. I want to have my eye on it, There's so much to, I just want to, when is the right time to really just tell the whole story from start to finish? I'm not ready yet. I'm sure a point will come where, somebody really needs to just sit down and kind of lay out the timeline of how all of this stuff came to be. But, all I can do right now, I'm focused on making it so good. We're already getting some wins in this regard. Like there are people who had previously blocked me, who had previously talked a bunch of shit. I mean, they're kind of doing it very quietly, but I'm noticing like you start to get the likes from them again on like release notes and stuff. But then you start to see them as actual users in the community. And by the way, I'm not like I will ruthlessly defend myself and my team and our commitment to things, and because it's one thing to say like, which they have a hard time doing. They're like, I don't like your products. Like it's kind of tough to say because they're good. They're objectively good, right? So it's hard to say that. So they'll always attack motivation. Oh, you just say the things you say because you want to sell licenses, or you just say the thing. They try to attack your character. Those are like character attacks, actually. When those people do come back around, when they come, there's two ways you can come back around in my life. You could come back around like some people, like those 3 people had with like, you actually write an apology. Like, hey, I fucked up. I said some shit I shouldn't have said. You proved me wrong. Here's my apology. Okay. And by the way, when somebody does that, 100% like, hey, we all make mistakes. Okay. Come on back. Then there's the people who will try to sneak back in under the radar. Like they know they talked bad shit, but here they are. Here they are with the products in their cart and they're checking it out. And then they show up in the community and they don't say anything. They just kind of keep their head down and they use the stuff now. And I see them. Okay. I see them. But you know what? I don't go to them. I don't say anything. I just kind of say, hey, okay, welcome back. It's fine. Come on in. Welcome back. I will let people come to their senses. And not rub it in their face. I'm not that kind of person. Not going to rub it in your face. I will literally let you quietly stroll back in under the radar. All good. Okay. It's just, I see you here. That's a recognition. Okay. We're on the same page now. Okay. Fine. But the people who are still throwing stones from the outside, no, I will ruthlessly defend against that, because if you look at, the tactics they use and all of that, it's just bottom of the barrel. Like, it's just not even, it's just so pathetic. It's just so pathetic. So yeah. All right. Maybe we're not all that far from telling the story. I got to think about, I don't know. I'll put more thought into it. Because it's one of those stories that once you tell the story, it doesn't go back in the jar. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's out there now, So yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I think I'm still going because I was like, I wanted the stream to just be let's just focus on Woo. Let's just build a nice Woo shop. Let's just, show them that you can, about 45 minutes, you could probably get to like adding some products to cart and checking out, and there won't be too many headaches. And it's like, oh, fuck. And yeah, it didn't go exactly how I wanted it to go. So, we'll try again, maybe. We'll try again soon. We'll try to maybe once some official Woo stuff starts rolling out, we'll try again soon. I'll maybe take some magnesium ahead of it. What can I do? I don't do drugs. I don't, it's gotta be some supplement I can take to give me a little more patience or something when I do it next time. Okay. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for your support, and I will see you next Tuesday. Oh, Friday, dev hours. Be there. We're going to go over first of all, well, I can't give it away, but we are going to go over everything that is super critical in Etch to know, and it'll be a celebration of some sorts. That's all.